minutes. It's gone.
It's back building.
It's not through yet.
You're right, it's back building. We got a jumper here.
Welcome back to the Black Basterd Video Podcast. It's your host, Max Road, the video hunting shark, rewinding tapes, checking out trailers, and get rid of those videos we no longer want nor need. I haven't said that in 2 to 3 months. I took a sabbatical. I had to take a break. I was burnt out. I had to find inspiration. I had to refocus myself and just reignite that drive as to why I collect tapes, laser disc, DVDs on a few occasions, not into DVDs. When I get a DVD, I'm like, okay, I like this. This is good, you know. I think, strangely enough, the one thing I like about DVDs is the menu screen. The actual look and feel of a DVD, I don't. With DVDs, you come across damaged DVDs more times than not. You're watching the movie, everything's going well, everything's going, you know, it starts glitching out on you.
I got 2 pieces of advice for you, small fry. Never believe a word anyone says, and never rob a store with a loaded gun. Never. Yes, sir. That way no one gets hurt.
We got Love Tales with Minnie and Mickey. We got Valentine with Denise Richards and Catherine Heigl and other people. Today is Valentine's Day, so I pulled out some lovely tips.
People ask me why I chose a life outside the law. They say, Waddy Watts, you're a smart man. Why do you feel you gotta hold up every 2-bit convenience store between Dallas and Tyler? And I say to them, you ever think to ask Merle Haggard or Loretta Lynn why they sing country? You ever wonder why Morrison became a rock star? Hell no. These things just happen. You see, I'm an artist. Whether it's cooking breakfast or ripping off convenience stores, I'm an artist. I Ching, hexagram 29, the abysmal. Through repetition of danger, we become accustomed to it. Hexagram 3, difficulty at the beginning. To find one's place in the infinity of being, one must be able to both separate and to unite. You see, if you want something in life, you gotta go out there and take it. Nobody's gonna hand it to you on a plate. When I was a young boy, my granddaddy, who had been a professional bounty hunter, he said to me, he said, Watt, only 2 things you need in life to get by on this planet: love and a 45.
Now, you might think we're watching this on DVD, considering the crystal clarity, a full screen DVD, but no. We're watching it on laser disc. This is one of those movies that I watched far too young, and the movie did not resonate. I did not understand the complexities of loving the 45. Also, at this time, I'm positive this came out after Pulp Fiction. Now, of course, I was into movies before Pulp Fiction, but like many, we collectively became movie buffs and aficionados after Pulp Fiction came out, especially of crime dramas. So you would look for the next Pulp Fiction, and studios were churning out the next Pulp Fictions and or Reservoir Dogs. They struck gold with those two movies, Pulp Fiction more so than Reservoir Dogs. I remember when I went to go see Pulp Fiction in '94, and I went back to school telling a friend about Pulp Fiction. His response was, "Oh, Pulp Fiction's good, but have you seen Reservoir Dogs?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't never seen Reservoir Dogs. What's Reservoir Dogs?" Went to Blockbuster soon thereafter and rented Reservoir Dogs. And I would say Reservoir Dogs ignited my love for crime dramas after. So Love in the 45 comes along, and I'm like, this isn't Reservoir Dogs. This isn't Pulp Fiction. No, it's its own thing. It doesn't have to be those movies. I would say a more of a companion piece. Like, if you want to do, I love to really twist things up when it comes to watching movies. I'll watch 3 or 4 movies and connect them and say they're in the same universe, even though they have nothing to do with one another. So I'll take Natural Born Killers, Love in the 45, and Drugstore Cowboy, and basically say they're all in the same universe. Like currently right now, I'm on some futuristic, what the 90s and the 80s thought of the future. That's what I'm on right now. So though these movies have nothing to do with one another, I kind of just play make-believe and say that they're all in the same universe. We got Tank Girl. Do I have to tell you what these are? No, they are not vinyl records. These are laser disc, dude. We got Blade Runner, which is so common out there. For you VHS collectors, you know Blade Runner is very common. So I'll see Blade Runner in the collection now and just be like, I have no reason to watch it. I don't want to say it's played out. It's special. And it takes a special time and day to watch Blade Runner. I'm looking outside the window now, and the forecast said that light showers. It's been raining lately. So Blade Runner was the perfect watch yesterday because of the rain. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, man, this is so what's actually happening out there in the world. You know, shit is effed up. I haven't watched this yet. I mean, of course I've seen Judge Dredd. I haven't watched it in my line of watching futuristic movies from the 90s and 80s. Judge Dredd takes place in the same universe as Free Jack. Free Jack takes place in the same universe as Demolition Man. And that's it. This movie isn't futuristic, but I'll put it in the line of futuristic films. Black Rain. Now that's how you do a gatefold. Okay? That's how you do a gatefold. Look at that. You can, if I had an extra copy of Black Rain, which now that I just said this out loud, I'm on the lookout for an extra copy of Black Rain because I'm going to put this on the wall. I got a perfect spot for it too. Before the podcast ends, I'll take you guys on a tour of Black Basterd Video, aka my studio apartment, and show you the decor and things I've done with the place. When I first moved here, it took me a while to unpack. I got to get better at that. I mean, I hope I don't move anytime soon. I want to stay here for years. I love this place. But if I ever move again, I want to walk into the new room and immediately make it mine. I usually show up at a new place and I feel like Tom Hanks on Big when he moves into the crappy apartment, just terrified and alone. Doesn't matter where the place is. It could be, it could be a penthouse, top floor, or, it could be an amazing apartment or amazing house or whatever. As soon as I get there, I feel like Tom Hanks and Big because I really want to go back to the world in which I came from. I think that's what they're telling you in that moment, is that it's terrifying moving forward as an adult. I mean, he is, 9 years old? Really? But aren't we all still 9 years old? We're 9 years old plus 9 years old plus 1, 9 years old plus 2, and so on and so forth. We're all still children. And we all still have those terrifying feelings. The first day of school vibes. Moving into a new apartment, a new neighborhood, the first day of school vibes. We all still have that. We all feel lonely. If you're human, you feel lonely for a moment. Valentine's Day is such a weird time. Let me tell you about love, Dennis. All right. I work with women and I serve women here at Black Basterd Video. They're my primarily customers and my staff are all women. I'm not in a relationship, at least I don't think I am. Okay, at least I don't think I am. Yeah, I don't have to get flowers for anybody today. But at the same time, I can't ignore someone today. I don't have to show a bunch of love, but I can't be shrewd and standoffish. What's going on right now? Okay, when guys come in here looking for the perfect tape, you'll find a guy coming in looking like he's been sent on a mission to make Valentine's Day the perfect day. It's not that it's coming from him. Like, he's aiming to please. So whatever she wants, he's trying to accommodate. Rather than telling her, I might take you out, he's terrified of losing her. He's shopping at places that he normally wouldn't go. He's obligated to get these stupid flowers. To get these, to get this lingerie. To get this, these cupcakes or whatever, I don't even know. Right? He's obligated. Is it coming from a genuine place? Does he really want to do this? Like, is this going to save our relationship? Now you're going to do all this and your relationship is still going. Then you have the newfound love, right? The guy is like, yeah, I just met this chick. I'm going to get her some flowers because, you know, that's the right thing to do. But I don't even know this girl like that. I've known her for 2 months. I'm in love. Yeah. So he tries to like just go with the flow and not question her too much. But let me tell you something. Those new loves, the first Valentine's, I ain't gonna say more times than not. I just know what I've experienced and what I've been a part of. I split up, let's say about 5 months before Valentine's. I split up. This is years back. Years. But me and the girl are still in contact. You know, I want her back. You know, I'm strong, you know, but I'm weak for her. And she's weak for me too, but she knows that this relationship is very toxic. And she needs to do better in life. She needs to aim higher, and I'm just low-hanging fruit. We're both low-hanging fruit. So she levels up. She's in a high-rise apartment overlooking the bay, and I'm still in the hood. I'm still in the hood, smoking swishers and riding bucks with no brakes. Literally no brakes, down to the rotor. E-braking to stop this car. Yet here she is on Valentine's Day. She's got a new boyfriend. But here she is on Valentine's Day with old Max Road. And I'm giving it to her. I had a great time. I picked her up at 10 o'clock. Dropped her off around 1. She didn't hesitate to call Max Road the Top Gun. And I don't know what the hell happened later on that day with her new guy. But I'm pretty sure the new guy had no idea. Unless it's intuition. You know, the guys have intuition. Great intuition. We just bury it, right? It's just like, it's best not to even address what I have a sneaking suspicion on, because I want to have a good time. And if I call her out on her madness, then I ain't going to have a good time. But like I said, I don't know what the heck happened later on in the day. I just know what happened earlier on in the day with me and this dame. You know? And of course that relationship ended. Of course they come calling back months later and you're just like, I'm moving on.
Why am I surrounded by all this craziness?
It's Valentine's. People get lonely, they start acting strange.
You're not acting strange.
This Friday, Love Hurts. Valentine. Rated R. Starts Friday.
What I really want to talk about today on the podcast is, so what is Valentine's Day? I'm not here to talk about love. I'm not here to talk about the secrets of love making. The secrets of making love. America's #1 expert. Great. Hold on. The secrets of making... Jesus. Look, I'm dyslexic. I'm not autistic. Sometimes I feel I am. I don't read things well. The secrets of making love great. America's #1 expert, Ellen Creedman, PhD. That's Ellen Creedman. She's going to tell you how to make love great. I'm not here to talk about that, okay? It's just coincidentally, it's Valentine's Day. I thought it'd be a great I thought it'd be a good date to set, to look forward to get back into the podcasting game, okay? I needed a break. I like a break. But I like podcasting. I like talking crap about stuff. All right, what do you want to talk about? Stay focused, man. Stay focused. I want to talk about the pros and cons of. I'll talk about the pros and cons of hunting videotapes. Hunting videotapes out in the wild. From the top of the morning to the end when you get back home. The best part about hunting tapes in the wild is the excitement. You wake up with the day ahead of you, and you're like, I'm gonna, in my area, okay, I live in a city, all right? I live in a big city. If I wanted to have a long day of hunting with, let's say, $50 in my pocket, I have a solid 7 establishments I can go to. Even as I'm thinking about it right now, I think about how exhausting it is. Now we're going into the cons, okay? I'm excited because I'm going to get tapes, but it's very exhausting. Not physically, the mental exhaustion. Because it's not like, hey, I'm going to the store to get a loaf of bread. Okay? There's a possibility that I can go to all 7 of these thrift stores, record stores, and not like what I see. And think, it would have been better to just stay home. I would have had a greater time just staying home and watching the videotapes I have rather than trying to add to my collection. Now, you may think I would want to go to a place like Amoeba, for example, where there's an abundance of tapes. And you can just I want that one. But no. That's like fishing in a man-made lake, where they dump fish in the lake for you to fish. The element of surprise, it's like, of course, it's like it's my birthday. I'm 9 years old. Of course I got cake coming. You ever eat cake when it's not your birthday and you're just like, I didn't plan on waking up eating cake today. Sure, I'll have a slice of cake. I'll have a slice of birthday cake or wedding cake. So I more so like to go to a thrift store where it could be a thrift store where I've given up, where I'm just like, they ain't never gonna have no tapes here. Every time I come here, there's no, oh, wait, look at that. Huh, Loverboy. Or Gregory's girl. Gregory's girl. I wish I could tell you where I got this. I cannot remember. This might be an Amoeba tape. Originally sold at Tower Records. When you find that one tape at an establishment that you didn't expect to find a tape, and it's a good tape, that makes it all worth it. You can stop right there, and you're like, you know what? It really is a gamble. It really is like you're in Vegas. Because, frankly, this delving into the cons of the hunt, I don't live in the safest city. I mean, you're gambling with your life out there. These thrift stores aren't always in the safest neighborhood. Like right now, today, Friday, there's a thrift store called Community Thrift that I would like to go to, and for the last couple weeks, every time I think about going to this thrift store, I'm like, a couple of broads stole a car, went on a crime spree this week. I think Saturday. Stole a car somewhere in the East Bay. And went out robbing, went out thieving. The cops got on their tail, went on a high-speed chase. They crashed into a parklet. Honestly, I think this was on Sunday. Yeah, this was on Super Bowl Sunday. 9 people injured. Relatively in the same neighborhood of Community Thrift. So, oftentimes, I'm just like, if I get maimed, if I take a bullet, get ran over, get into a squabble, because I'm out there trying to collect VHS tapes, it'll be one hell of a story to tell as to why I'm in the hospital. All the times I have been injured in my life, I've never been injured doing harm to others. I've only suffered injuries when I was doing something very innocent. So yeah, I have to take calculated steps. I have to think strategically when I'm heading out for a hunt. If you watch my recent, if you watched Alamaniacs, the last episode, I was apprehensive on showing the footage of this drunk guy in my face. Like, he first got on my ass because I was filming. Now, I understand there's stolen merchandise and contraband in this area on the outside lands of Alamania. But I did not film that. What I filmed was one of the old timers who's been out there for 10 to 15 years, who was super cool about me filming. I was like, yeah, I'll probably film. She's like, no, I don't care. But this guy, he looked up and saw me filming it and started acting hysterical. Now, I continued on getting my footage, but once I was done, I made a mistake in doing this, but I'm like, I ain't gonna let it slide. I walked up, because he was talking some trash, so I was like, hey man, what was that stuff you were talking? Then that's what you see in the video of him going ballistic on me. And this is all because I had the phone out filming. We're in 2025 right now. You would think people understand that you can film. If we outside, you can film. Obviously this guy isn't right in the head. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I want to capture what I'm saying right now. I want to capture these hunts on film, but I'm also apprehensive on filming because of you're trying to mitigate any conflict, But at the same time, you ain't gonna walk through life with your tail between your legs either. So yeah, I'm filming. You got a problem with it? It's just like you want to be peaceful and chill, but then you're also always defending yourself out here. You're defending you're defensive because you're trying to hold on to your peace. So you have to put up these barricades. You have to have defense mechanisms in place so you can continue on having a good time. And now let me understand where he's coming from. I'm effing up his good time. You know, I understand also. I'm on the other side as well. I don't like being filmed without my consent. But we're in a public space. So I have to be okay with being filmed without my consent. I think that's called a dichotomy or something like that, you know? It's the price you pay for freedom. Someone can just literally walk up to you. They can stand at a certain distance. They can keep their distance, but they can just point a camera at you. I mean, is that harassment? Because the camera, whatever the camera is catching, whatever the eye can catch, the camera can catch. So, can I just stare at someone? Can I just stop and stare at someone and not expect to get my ass kicked? No, you can't. I mean, you can, but you're playing with your life, son. So now, when I go inside of a record store, Amoeba, I filmed in Amoeba once or twice, and then I was like, I don't want to film in here. First of all, I always got the music playing. And it just feels disrespectful to film inside Amoeba. So, I don't film inside Amoeba anymore. And like I said earlier, Amoeba is such a layup. It doesn't even feel like you discovered something. On episode, I believe, episode 4 of Animaniacs, season 2. Which I should have got one of those tapes. At least analyze this, even though I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan of comedy Robert De Niro. But I should have bought it because of how I found the tape. They're in a gutter. They're on the street in the same area where they sell stolen merchandise, allegedly stolen. These tapes were in a gutter, and just off the way it's found, it makes it special. I'll show you a tape right now that this is going to remain in my collection for as long as I can keep it in my collection. That looks very familiar. That might be in my backyard, I swear. Bowfinger. I don't care about Bowfinger. But I care about this tape because Russell of Ukiah, aka the Yucatan Peninsula, he gave me that tape like 2 weeks ago. Dude, this guy does not plan on living long at all, man. Look at the tattoo he's getting. Damn, she got ass. Mama got ass too.
Y'all doing here? Giving you a tattoo, baby. Now sit your ass back down in this chair so I can finish what he started. Creepy.
What was I saying? Filming in the store, just best. I have to do it. I don't have to do it. I want to do it. But it's just the times that you're gonna come across the conflict out there hunting and filming is on the weekends, because there's new hunters, there's old hunters, there's flippers. It's the weekend. It's too many people out, man. The best days are like a Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday morning. If you can get out there early on a Tuesday or Wednesday, it's very selfish of me, right? This is how I came up with the name Video Hunting Shark. Because when I'm out there in the murky waters and I see another hunter, I see blood. If I see they have a stack of tapes, I see blood, and I want those tapes. You might have a stack of tapes that I would not have even looked at. But since you now have them, you put value in those tapes. And now I want those tapes. And I'm like, damn, I should have been here 5 minutes earlier. I would have had those tapes. And if I didn't have those tapes, at least I would have looked at those tapes before this person looked at them. And now I don't have an option. That guy's walking out of here, or that girl is walking out of here with those tapes. I've gotten better at that. I don't look at anyone else's stack anymore. I just don't look. Do not look. Mom and Dad saved the world? That's a holy grail. Mom and Dad saved the world on Laserdisc? I'm never going to come across that. Damn! It's best not to look at another person's stack. So that's a pro and con right there, right? It's a con. You look at someone else's stack, you're going to feel like shit. The pro of hunting, this is simple, you know, is actually holding the tape in your hand, examining the tape, checking to see if it has mold, checking to see if the tape is actually in there, and you're not duped. Like I was duped with Night of the Creeps. That's a good Valentine's Day pick right there. Now, if I actually had the movie, yeah, I got duped. No, I got duped, man. I got duped from a reputable establishment. I got duped hard, man. Now, with VHS tapes, never in my life, not one time have I bought a VHS tape off of eBay. Craigslist, yes. Recently, and I did not film this,
What are you saying? You were saying something. Finish what you were saying.
I'm trying to be smooth with it, but it ain't happening.
You were saying what? You were saying something, dude. Don't lose your train of thought.
Alright, I don't have the tape. I can't find it right now. Can't find it. It was right here earlier. When? Earlier. Orgasmo. Okay, I got Orgasmo. Jesus Christ, where is that? Here it is. Step off the camera for a moment. Orgasmo. I paid $10 for this. Craigslist hunt. Alright, so man, this is from the video locators. That's what the name of this establishment was called? Video locators? I gotta look that up. Everything went smooth that day. Almost. The tape cost $10. I should have gotten $10 ready. I had $20. In this neighborhood I went into, I stopped at a liquor store and like, hey, can you break this 20? Oh, I don't have any change. I don't have any. I'm like, you don't have any cash? All right. Went to a wine bar. Now, I like to share. I don't know why I'm like that. I need to stop that. You know, I like to share my business. You know, like I spoke earlier. Hey, I get lonely sometimes, so I like to share, right? Like, yeah, I'm about to go get this VHS tape. I collect tapes. You know, got a Craigslist. Craigslist, do it the old school way. I was like, damn. Yeah, I mean, it's a site still up. We don't go on Craigslist anymore. Whatnot. Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I like going. I like the mission. I like to embark. There's pros and cons, but I like to embark. I was like, yeah, I collect VHS tapes. Oh, I bet your partner. What did he say? It's something about my partner. Wouldn't enjoy that. Or, I don't know. He was basically saying that a roommate or my partner. When you say partner, that implies that I'm gay. You know, I don't like partners. You know. Ex-girlfriend called us. We're supposed to be partners. Yeah, partners. I was like, man, this dude's. He didn't mean it, but I like this little offhanded, backhanded. These little statements this guy is making is really messing my vibe up, man. I bet you collecting tapes that annoys your partner. My partner? Craigslist? You still go on Craigslist? Craigslist. I feel like I gotta explain him. Oh. All right, even with a VHS tape, right? Look, I'm wearing this Eraserhead shirt right now. R.I.P. David Lynch, right? When I go out there to hunt, I try to just be blank man. I don't dress like blank man, but I try to dress. I don't want anybody talking to me, like random people talking to me, all right? I think it's very childish of me, but it comes from my early days of being a bully, my teenage years of bullying and calling people out and ready to box at any moment. You know, that's never left me. What you just say? Yeah, what you just say? What? You know, I turn that screw face on, you know. So if I have a shirt on or a VHS tape in my pocket and I get a random white man, it's always a random white man over 40 or 50. I like that shirt. Man, shut up. Same with the same with my car, right? I got a former cop car. And, you know, it's a cool car. You think, yeah, I got a cool car. I'm going to get the attention of a cool lady. No. more times than not, when you got an old school, the only person that you're attracting is another dude, an old man. Oh, what you got under the hood? I don't know, man. I just bought the car. I don't know what the heck. I don't know. It sounds cool. Give a damn what's under the hood. VHS tape. You got a VHS tape hanging out your back pocket. You know, you're not going to get the attention of a woman, right? That's going to scare a woman. Like, he's into dork stuff. But a guy, oh, dude, VHS tape. Oh, you still got a VCR? You wouldn't believe. The collectors, you guys know. You know what I'm talking about, right? Laserdisc? Yeah, Laserdisc. You sell Laserdisc. Here. Ah, do you have a player? What do you care? Yeah, I have a player, man. I have a player. This is going to the cons. When you're just really trying to get in and get out, and you're not in a talkative, it's not you don't want to talk. It's really the person who's asking the question that you're like, I don't even want to engage with you. Just the way you say it, man. Yeah. Oh, Laserdisc. One guy just recently, right, a month ago, right? I was like, I ain't trying to hear it. Hey, dude, just ring me up. Just ring me up. Laserdisc. You know what I don't like about Laserdisc? Hey, yo, I don't care what you do. Hey, just ring me up. I don't care what you don't like about Laserdisc, because you're starting to shit on my parade right now. You know, not even rain on you. You're starting to shit on my parade. So just ring me up, man, because you might say some shit that I totally agree on. Like, you know what I like about Laserdisc? It takes up so much space. I know, man. I'm quite aware of this. Oh, man. You know, you're stabbing at my insecurities. You're exposing me. Yeah, I had a bunch of Laserdisc and VHS tapes. My woman left me for them. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. I invited a girl over the other day. I had to get rid of it all, man. I invited a girl over. I had all my vinyl and all my Laserdisc out and VHS tapes. And she walked in and was like, yeah. And yeah, the night didn't go well. So yeah, I was like, I got to get rid of this garbage. And yeah, we've been together for about 2 months. It's like, you got a girl? Nah, I ain't got a girl. Yeah, you probably want to get rid of the VHS and Laserdisc, man. You get rid of that dork stuff, and he get you one. Okay, I'm buying VHS tapes one day. This is going to the cons of it are the people who work behind the counter, right? But it's like 3 months ago, I'm buying VHS tapes from SF Scrap. SF Scrap is awesome. I've had tapes stacked this high and gave them $1. And they're like, yeah, that's good enough. What do you do with the VHS? What do you do with the VHS tapes? I remember I was very hungry. I was on the way to my mother's house, and I've decided to let me make a stop real quick. I'm in a very irritable mood, but I want to make a stop before I get to my mother's house, where I have a small TV and a VCR and DVD and a Laserdisc player. And she asked that question, and I just looked at her like, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do I do with the tapes? Like, now, this is a modern woman, maybe 23, 24 years old, knows something about a little bit, right? So she's probably thinking maybe I ripped the footage and uploaded it to YouTube. Which I don't. I actually watched the tapes. Dumbass. Smart ass. Whatever you were trying to be. just sometimes, man, you're not in the mood. I'm not saying you. Maybe you are very social. Maybe you love engaging and answer questions like that. Me, sometimes I get locked in and laser focused, and I'm here for one thing and one thing only, and that's VHS tapes. I mean, I'm here for two things and two things only. That's VHS tapes and laser disc, dude. All right, thanks for tuning into the Black Basterd Video Podcast. Before we head out, I'm gonna spin this camera around. And show you Black Basterd Video. All right, these are new posters I acquired. You should put them in frames. Yeah, whatever. I got these from SF Scrap. These are posters that I've already owned. I go nutty sometimes, man. You know, if I have posters on the wall for too long, I'll yank those bastards down and I'll move on. I'll discard them. I've had some cool posters in my day. I like to keep my tapes on the floor. Sometimes just strewn about, randomly picking them up. If you guys see my to hunt or not to hunt, you guys pretty much got a view of the place. These are the LDs, LD Life for life. I'm not going to show you the floor because I got clothes all strewn about also. We're in the Black Basterd kitchen. Black Basterd fridge. Black Basterd sink that steadily has dishes in it. This is the for sale section. I mean, this stuff right here is actually not for sale. All this is for sale. And more laser disc for sale. So yeah, this is Black Basterd Video. Thank you for tuning in once again. And we have more episodes to come in 2025.